What's going on, you guys? Keith Carnes here, and welcome back to the first video in a little while. I've been sitting around thinking about something. What could I record? Pixie making another guest appearance, and I've been thinking, what could I record for a video? Because I've been kind of about my series. I haven't really felt like doing anything, and I decided, oh yeah, this would be a good thing to record. Now, if you're a professional wrestling fan like myself, or whether you're being a casual fan or a diehard fan like myself, a smart, so to speak, you know that John Cena is one of the, if not the most hated wrestler in the WWE today. And I've heard a lot of people online, I've read comments about John Cena, I've read people talking about John Cena, and I've read a lot of things about why people hate him, why people love him, and but there's this certain group of people out there that exist that cannot understand or even fathom why anybody would be anti-Cena. So I thought that this video would be a good way to get out from a Cena hater to get you to kind of understand why it is that we don't like John Cena. Now, before I get into this, I want to just say that there are people out there that hate Cena just to hate Cena. There's no real reason. There's people that also jump on the bandwagon and hate Cena just because it's popular. Kind of like what's happening with Roman Reigns, who's being booed because the fans want to boo him now, even though he was cheered in the 2014 Rumble and everybody threw a fit when he got eliminated. Then a year later, he wins it and everybody cries. Those are the fans. So, with John Cena, why is John Cena so hated? So I was kind of thinking about this the last 2 days before I did the video. I kind of sat down and really thought about it to myself. What is it about John Cena that I just cannot fucking stand? And one of the biggest problems with John Cena is that he buries young talent. And this is a big fucking problem. Now, when John Cena first came into WWE, he was extremely popular with his whole rapper gimmick. He wasn't winning matches left and right. He was a rookie. He had some decent matches in his early career. I think in like 03 or 04. I think it was 03. He had a great match against The Undertaker, who was doing the biker gimmick at the time. So that would have been 03 at Vengeance. If you haven't seen that match, it's worth watching. It's a young John Cena against a younger Undertaker, and it was a good match. Now, people could say, well, see, he lost against The Undertaker at Vengeance of 03. See, there's not a veteran putting over a youngster. The Undertaker was not at the end of his career where he is now. The Undertaker had many years left in him. He was still young. He was still a lot healthier than he is now. Long way to go. John Cena is not at that point in his career anymore. John Cena is not considered young. In fact, for wrestling, he's considered old. And John Cena is barely even around anymore. I mean, where is John Cena? First, he leaves WWE because of an injury. Then he comes back, wins the United States Championship, does the whole United States Open thing, which was completely pointless because you always knew Super Cena was always going to retain the title somehow, some way. And then he goes and he actually leaves the WWE to go film some stupid TV show, which was completely ridiculous. That just shows you that wrestling is not his first love anymore. And I know some people, even Cena himself, would probably tell me, that's not true. I just went and did that because of this or that. And it's like, no, it's not your first fucking love anymore, because you would have put wrestling above filming some stupid TV show. Then he comes back briefly and gets his ass injured again. And where is he now? Injured. So this is a guy that is truly at the end of his career. You can already tell he's already looking into the horizons as what his options are at the end. So we know that John Cena's career is definitely coming to an end soon. Sooner rather than later. And honestly, I hate to say this, I hate to talk bad about any wrestler or diva or anybody in the business, because they work their ass off, and Cena is a very hard worker. But I honestly am not heartbroken that he's probably going to retire within the next few years. And the reason is because he does not put over young talent. It is obnoxious. For great example, and this also goes with another reason why I hate John Cena, is John Cena can never just lose in a feud. Excuse me. He can never just lose and that be the end of it. Nope. Cena's always, if he loses, you already know Cena's gonna get his revenge and rise above his opponent and win. Why does Cena always have to have the last laugh in every fucking feud he has? And the third thing why we hate John Cena is he's been doing the same fucking gimmick for the last 10 plus years now. He started doing this whole, you know, never give up and all this shit. He started doing that shit in, like, what, 2005? And that's, like, the first year I noticed Cena was starting to become stale. And that was over 10 years ago. So, what do I mean by Cena doesn't put over young talent? I'll give you a prime example. When Kevin Owens, who is an extremely talented wrestler and deserves all the respect in the world, when he made his main roster debut from going from NXT to the main roster, and he went straight for John Cena, he was thrown straight in with John Cena, which was great. He defeated John Cena on his debut night, which was great, and everybody in the fans, all the fans were erupting in cheers. People were like, yes, finally, you know, a rookie is getting over on Cena. And I was happy to see it. I was like, wow, Cena put him over. But I should have known better. Because, of course, John Cena had to have his rematch. And guess who won the rematch? John Cena. Super Cena wins again. So that's what I'm saying, is like Cena can't just get his ass kicked and be the end of it. Cena has to come back and he has to defeat. And if you look at anybody else on the roster, nobody else does this. This is just John Cena. It's an ego thing with this guy that he can't just let somebody else win. What was the point? What was Cena gaining for defeating Kevin Owens? Nothing. He was gaining nothing from defeating Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, what did he gain from beating Cena? He gained everything. He gained more fan respect. He officially confirmed that he was going to be a major player on the main roster, and that was huge for Owens' career. Cena gained nothing. All Cena did was gain yet another person that he fucking buried. Now, people could say, well, he did put him over before he buried him. Yeah, but he still buried him. The point is that he should have never beat Owens back, at least not back-to-back. He should have got his ass kicked by Owens. That'd be the end of it. Owens could have moved on and refused to give him a title, refused to give him a rematch, and then they could have faced it a later date, and then Cena could have went over if he just had to have the win in the end. That I could have lived with, and it wouldn't have bothered me really much at all. But the fact is that Owens wins, and then he has to turn around right away and beat him back. It was the dumbest shit I've ever seen, and I could not help but just find myself rolling my eyes to the point where they almost fucking fell out of my head when Cena defeated Owens. Unbelievable. I think one of the most exceptional, probably one of the wrestlers I respect more than anybody in the business, is Chris Jericho. And the reason is because Jericho is completely anti what Cena is. Cena is just trying to stay in the spotlight, still clinging and clutching to the spotlight. Whereas Jericho has, and you can tell, and the way Jericho talks, the interviews he does about young talent, and what he does in his runs with the WWE when he comes back, is you can tell that this guy, he knows his time's done. And he had a tremendous career. He was the first ever undisputed WWE champion in the company. He beat Stone Cold and The Rock on the same night. He main evented WrestleMania with Triple H. And Jericho has done pretty much everything in his career that he needs to do. And he knows that his career is officially coming to an end. And Jericho, what does he do? Back at WrestleMania 29, I think, he faces Fandango and lets Fandango defeat him on WrestleMania. And on the grandest stage of them all, he loses to a fucking dancer gimmick. Why? One, because he was an up-and-coming talent. He wanted to put talent over. Cena, take a note, dumb shit. And number two, because Vince McMahon was high on Fandango at the time. Why? I don't really understand. I've always hated Fandango, and I knew he wasn't going to go anywhere, and of course he didn't. But it just showed you the amount of care that Jericho has for this company, where Cena would have never put anybody over at WrestleMania. It's amazing when Cena ever loses at Mania. Just like when Cena faced, here's another example. When Cena faced Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 30, Bray Wyatt should have won that match. 100%. And honestly, I thought maybe they would actually do it and officially establish Bray Wyatt as a big player. Nope, of course not. Cena had to be super. They even had a fucking part in the match where the ref was telling Cena, no, Cena, don't hit him with the chair. You're not like, I mean, it was so stupid. It's like, can you guys just stop? Like, can you not? You know, maybe. It was a good match between the two, I will say that much. But the fact that Cena won, it was stupid. Like I said, what did Cena gain from beating Bray Wyatt? Nothing. Just another one for Cena. What did Bray Wyatt gain from losing? Nothing. It made him look weak. It was so stupid. It's just like another example. Now this was different. Back when The Rock came back and we saw Cena versus The Rock, and it was once in a lifetime, which it wasn't, because Cena had to get his revenge. We saw The Rock defeat John Cena at WrestleMania 28, and we were so happy. I was happy, the whole universe was happy to finally see Cena get his ass kicked at WrestleMania. But what happens? 1 year later, we have the exact same match that was supposed to be once in a lifetime, and guess who wins? John Cena. Why? Why does Cena need to face The Rock again and beat him this time? What the fuck does that do? Why couldn't Cena just be the loser in that fucking matchup and that just be the end of it? Because Cena's ego is too big for him just to lay the fuck down, get pinned to the mat. They won't allow him to be submitted anymore. They claim he's never been submitted, though he has. He's submitted to Chris Benoit. He's submitted to Kurt Angle. But he'll never be submitted, but he can't just lay his ass down and just take a loss and be a man about it. It's sad. I mean, it really, really is quite pathetic when you think about it. But I could go on and on and on. I could rant here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still here, you are obviously curious as to why people like me just cannot stand Cena. I hope this kind of opened your eyes a little bit to it. If you like Cena, I'm not telling you you're wrong. The guy is a tremendous worker. I give the guy credit. He works his ass off in the ring, and I do respect Cena to a point. But Cena's ego over the last 10 years has inflated so much, he almost trumps Triple H's ego, and that's fucking saying something. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next.